Ladies and gentlemen of the Fire Board, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for taking your time to listen to our proposal for this project. My name is Todd Wetter. I'm a battalion chief with the Clay Fire Territory, and I'm also a member of the department's Community Risk Reduction Division. In the past 5 years, our community has experienced significant loss in two separate occasions. Both of these occurred when elderly residents died because of a house fire started by a cooking fire. In both cases, the victims suffered from mobility problems and were overcome by smoke and flames prior to being able to exit the building. The United States Fire Administration has identified cooking fires as the leading cause of house fires in America. In 2021, fire departments across the country responded to an estimated 170,000 cooking fires. Of those fires, 3,000 resulted in injuries, and over 135 resulted in fatalities, unfortunately. The total cost of property loss during that time was estimated at over $494 million. According to studies conducted by the National Fire Protection Association, or the NFPA, adults ages 65 to 74 account for the largest share of cooking fires. Adults 85 and older are 5.5 times more likely to die as a result of cooking fires than the general population. Within the Clay Fire Territory's response area, which are made up of the townships of Clay, German, and Harris townships, as well as the town of Roseland, as is represented by you, the board. The average population of seniors ages 65 and older in the entire territory make up 17% of the population. German Township is currently the highest township as far as population of the elderly goes. While that might seem like a relatively low number, over the past 10 years, the population has made up 66% of all fire-related deaths in the territory. Clay's mission statement is to help others. And I feel that highlights the commitment to save lives and property before the incident even occurs, just as much as it does during the emergency itself. The department runs data, and data reported at the national level show the need for cooking fire safety programs for our 65 and older communities. Some of the key factors that contribute to these cooking fire fatalities and injuries are the slow reaction time, limited mobility, which require seniors to move, or require more time for seniors to move and safely exit a building during a fire. Hearing and vision impairments are another impairment that will slow down their response to fires. The effects of multiple prescriptions can have a significant effect on not only how they hear any noises from a fire, or how they react to those indicators that they do receive. Lack of properly maintained smoke detectors are a factor when it comes to our 65 and older population. So this risk reduction plan reduces the frequency of kitchen fires for those 65 and older in our community, as well increases their chance of survival within the community. In the case of a cooking fire occurring, the plan recognizes the best way to reduce injuries and death to seniors in cooking fires is through prevention itself. It also recognizes that early detection to a fire may give seniors the extra time they need to get out of the building safely. Cooking fire safety, or the Cooking Fire Safety Program for ages 65 and older, addresses the problem through education, engineering, and emergency response. The first step in this is seeking out community groups, organizations, homeowners associations, and other organizations that have high number of members 65 and older. We will then work with these organizations to set up cooking safety classes that focus on how to avoid cooking fires, as well as what to do in case of a cooking fire. And along with that is a strong focus on actually how to get out of the house in a timely manner. Things like making sure that you have multiple ways out of a house, that you have clear access to those exits. Clay Fire will provide and install new smoke detectors on all floors in 150 homes of seniors over the next 5 years. These detectors will be maintenance free, meaning that they are good for 10 years without having to change batteries. Due to the limitations of some of the seniors, this 10 years will keep them from having to replace batteries every 6 months. In addition to the hood detector, or the smoke detectors, automatic hood-mounted fire extinguisher canisters will be installed in 50 homes of our seniors in the area. These devices have been required for a few years in some of our larger apartment complexes within our response district. We've had effective response of extinguishing 5 stovetop fires in those facilities over the past 5 years since they were installed. For this project, the extinguishing canisters will either extinguish the fire, or at the very least it will reduce the size of the fire, giving the occupants additional time to get out of the house safely. Clay Fire has a Community Connect program already that's in place today. The program takes important information for firefighters, EMS, and police workers when they're responding to an address. This information is added by the occupant and property of the property through the link on the department's website. When responders are en route to the incident, they can review this information that's shared on the screen in the response vehicle. This risk reduction plan will assist seniors in adding their information during their education sessions when they're scheduled. The resources that will be needed are 200 smoke detectors, 50 hood-mounted automatic extinguisher canisters, and 20 lock boxes, key lock boxes. We'll look for funding the majority of the project through government grants and also corporate donations. However, there'll be some of that cost that will fall on the department. Some of that will be within the training. We want to train at least 4 members per shift to be facilitators for the program, which includes administering or organizing the installations and also teaching the material that's required. So there will be an additional cost of overtime for teaching those members that position, as well as additional overtime for continuing education quarterly for those individuals. Initially, the stakeholders in the program are going to be members of the department. By having 4 trained facilitators per shift, we're still able to perform the needed job functions in the absence of 1 or 2 of those members. Eventually, we'd like to reach out to some of our neighboring departments to help them start a similar program where facilitators and resources can be shared. It's been said that fire doubles in size every 30 seconds. This provides a narrow window for civilians who are 65 and older to escape prior to the fire department's arrival. This plan will give seniors the knowledge to be safe when cooking and give them the protection and early notification to get out safely. Thank you for your time.